Here are a few things you need to know about green buildings. Green buildings, otherwise known as sustainable buildings, or the general term as we have in architecture today, sustainable architecture, basically talks about buildings that are environmentally friendly, that are environmentally conscious, designed and built to be environmentally conscious. What do we mean by being environmentally conscious? We want to provide buildings that are able to conserve energy, buildings that are able to conserve water, buildings that are built with the environment in mind, that do not have negative impacts or have minimal negative impacts on the environment, not just their immediate environment, but the environment at large. We want to see a reduction in carbon emissions because the construction industry is responsible for at least 38 to 40% of global carbon emission. So as much as we can reduce this in the design and construction of buildings, we are definitely on the path of sustainable architecture. And there are various yardsticks and standards that enable us to measure whether our buildings are green or not. We have the LEED system, we have the EDGE platform, and the BREEAM, and so many others. Each of these platforms enable you to measure how good you have or how well you have performed in achieving sustainable measures on how well you are able to conserve energy, how well you are able to conserve water without wastages through the types of fittings and wares that are incorporated in the building, and how well you are also able to reuse water from rain. Are you able to harvest your water and make use of this water for other purposes such as irrigation or other non-potable uses? And are we able to control the use of energy or the expense of energy embodied in the materials that we use to construct our buildings? We must be very conscious of all these measures to be able to achieve green buildings and sustainable architecture. And the LEED system also goes as far as taking care of indoor environmental quality, how well the ambient within the space promotes the well-being of the users of the building, how sustainable are the sites upon which we build. Are we able to recycle building materials from old buildings? Are we able to make use of landfills? Are we able to put in place various measures just to ensure that we are able to conserve and preserve materials over time? And if you are able to measure up to any of the certification systems, which are LEED and EDGE or any other system, you can qualify for certain certifications. Under the LEED system, you can get your bronze, your gold, your silver, up to your platinum categories. And for the EDGE platform, you can get the EDGE standard, the EDGE advanced, which means that you are able to achieve 40% of energy conservation, and or you can go as far as obtaining the zero carbon category, where you are able to have very, very little or minimal carbon emissions from your building. We try as much as possible to promote the green building and sustainable architecture mantra, because it is our environment and our planet largely depends on various things that we do as architects and as designers. Whatever we do has an impact, a direct impact on the environment. And as much as we can preserve and conserve energy, water, and materials, it will go a long way in helping the environment and our future as a whole.